Happy Monday and welcome to News Beast. We've got Justine Rosenthal, executive editor of Newsweek, talking about the new cover, the first gay president. Apparently it's caused kind of a ruckus.
Apparently it has.
And Dan Klaidman talking about his body balm piece, the dark, strange, odd new front, and the new fashion in terrorist balming. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about Martha Gellhorn and Ernest Hemingway. But first, Justine, let's just pull back the curtain a bit on picking this cover, because this really has kind of upped the ante. It's got people buzzing all over the place, for better and worse. What was the process of getting it, and what's been your favorite sort of commentary since it was released?
Well, this was a sort of last-minute cover story after Obama came out to not coin a phrase, in support of gay marriage. And so we immediately, of course, got on the phone with our writer, Andrew Sullivan, who has been, an active advocate of gay marriage, and he seemed like the perfect fit after all of these years to finally do a story on sort of the evolution of Obama, and he was game, and so we went with it and sort of tore up what our plans were and fit this in.
And what was the cover, the cover image tagline selection process? How did that come about?
Well, this was a collaboration between Tina Brown and Andrew Sullivan and myself, and a lot of discussion about what we thought the imagery should be and what the tagline should be. And of course, there's a play off of the first black president, now it's the first gay president. And we went through a number of iterations of covers with, there was one with Obama holding married couple,
like a wedding cake
yeah, like
thing,
a wedding cake thing, and various other iterations. But how could we resist our
a rainbow halo slash
rainbow
hula hoop?
halo? Yes.
It's how could you resist that? I agree. Well, the fallout's been great. Drudge did the "No, you didn't."
That's right.
And
oh yes, we did.
And oh yes, we did. Very nice. Dan, let's talk about yours. So we've got this disturbing new trend in suicide bombers, where it's embedded in the body, or a new brand of underwear scan that can get through all the airport rigmarole.
Well, right. Well, the foiled plot, this bomb that the CIA has obtained, now the FBI has, is basically an upgraded version of the underwear bomb that we saw during the Christmas Day plot. The idea is that it would just have worked better. That one had detonation problems, didn't work. So
I think it's all the weird euphemism. Yes, this sort of comically inept yet still somehow scary underwear bomber.
Well, and then if you think about the other technique which they've been trying and have not yet perfected, I don't think, there's something called SIIEDs, which is a surgically implanted improvisational explosive device. And essentially what they do is they implant a bomb inside a person's body. They do it in the love handle on either the right side or the left side.
Detail.
And the idea
that was
is,
his favorite, I think.
Well, the idea is that these
there's
bombs,
some dude sitting in Hooter being like, "You mean I can use this for something?"
Yeah.
and it is pretty terrifying. The AQAP, this Al-Qaeda offshoot, has terror doctors, essentially, surgeons who've been hired by AQAP to figure out how to do this. They've tried it on dogs and other animals, and they cannot
get your game on.
They cannot be detected by body scanners. So the idea of putting it in the love handle where there's a lot of fat is that the only way you might be able to detect them is to see, perhaps it would be an anomaly, some sort of bulge that would be detected by the.
Let's just say everything is disturbing about this story. There's nothing not disturbing about this story.
It is. The one good thing is that the CIA just a couple of months ago managed to whack one of these doctors who was doing this. Unfortunately, there are more out there working for AQAP.
Now, Danny, didn't you say that in your piece that they might end up using women potentially to look pregnant, or because women have more love handles, or?
It's, look, these guys are constantly trying to think of more creative ways to elude security, and they're pretty ruthless about it. The bomb maker, the guy who was inventing these things, used his own brother to try to kill the counterterrorism chief in in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, normally my go-to is this is an evil ideology masquerading as a religion, but this at some point it slides deeply into mental illness. I mean, this is just psychosis at levels of ingenuity. I Love Alexander Fuller has a story on the new HBO movie about Martha Gellhorn and Ernest Hemingway, but it really is just a great excuse to talk about Martha Gellhorn.
It is.
Who's just
Who
one
knew
of
she
the
was
coolest.
so cool? Yeah.
Everybody should know she is so cool. Martha Gellhorn, one of the coolest, most underappreciated. Her piece on Dachau, I think, is the most incredible piece ever written, about the Holocaust, certainly contemporary. And it's a great read about an amazing woman and a great relationship.
I was surprised the piece was terrific, beautifully written, and I was sort of surprised to see this. I knew about their kind of fiery love affair and all of the battles, but then you see in the end, Hemingway's ego wins out, and he sort of can't bear to continue being with this extremely successful female war correspondent.
Yeah. No, I assume the movie will be great, but that's exactly right.
Well, it has Clive Owen. And
which seems like that's a good Hemingway.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that over Stacy Keach. Final word.
Underwear.
So that was what
that was it was. Yeah.
Okay.
I've got to go with hate handled. That's not too flip.
Damn it, that is so much better
than my
much better,
yeah.
Underwear, which I was so excited
You were so proud about.
Yes,
I'm a little disappointed by comparison. Yeah, I'm going to go Gellhorn. That's all for us from Newsbeast. We'll see you tomorrow.